What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Seller Club podcast. This is episode 119. Let's drop that beat.
Drop that beat, spring in the air, sun staying up, sellers everywhere. Burning buzz, but we back in the game. Inventory madness, stack that flame. Fresh airflow, time to begin. New season hustle, let's dive in.
Yo.
Hey, Ken.
What is up?
Welcome back to the clubhouse.
It is March. Well, it was March. It is spring forward, though.
Yes, maybe that's why my brain is so frazzled today, because it was just the time change. I didn't think about that.
1 hour sleep messed Anna up so bad.
Oh my
Accidentally
gosh.
put
Yeah.
90 things on her calendar because of that 1 hour.
I think like just yesterday, Anna of a few weeks ago, actually, I'll tell you what it was. It's pre-Berlin Anna who is just going, yeah, I'll deal with that one after Berlin. I'll deal with that after Berlin. She is to blame for this.
And it's after Berlin.
And now everything is happening at once.
It's, I feel like the season definitely have turned here in Ohio. I'm
It's
not
actually
excited about
warm.
the allergies that's gonna be up and coming, but we've been opening our windows, so
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Fresh air is delightful when it's
air.
not frigid.
Yeah, and then was able to wear shorts. When was it? The other day. So that's short seasons up and coming, and then now I think it's a new fresh, like you said, fresh air, so that the mood is just different.
It is, and stuff is happening, right? It feels like
Yep.
everything is coming out of a hibernation for the
Yep,
good or
yep.
bad or worse.
Yeah, that is true. That
It's
is
busy.
true.
It feels busy.
Yeah, and when was it? I think it was yesterday. We were driving, and it was like 7:30, and it was still really bright out. So, like I'm thinking about, like, one is like, oh, we'll be able to do a lot of stuff because it's so bright. And
Yeah.
also I was like, wow, this is trying to take away from my sleep, because I've been an
Yes.
early sleeper now,
That's
trying to hit
true.
the sack at like 9:30, 10. So I feel like that's a really short wind down at like 8 to like,
Mhm.
I feel like dinner time, we gotta eat dinner at like when it's still bright out. That's weird.
It is. It is that side of the adjustment, I would say, is even weirder, right? When it's like, I
Yeah.
love when I'm a night owl, so I love that. I'm like, yes, let it be light till 9 p.m. But yeah, it is kind of a weird, that's an abrupt part of the adjustment.
Mhm.
I like got a wild hair literally and decided to get bangs when I got my haircut today. So if you're listening to this when it comes out, I haven't even posted anything on social media since I got my haircut because it was today. So next thing you see with my face in it, you might notice it's very different.
Well, good for you, but good for you. And as far as hair would concern, I'm having a hard time trying to get a schedule with my hairstylist because she's
Oh, man.
booked
She's
Until
booked. That means
April.
she's good.
until April. Yeah,
and
she's,
or it means she needs to raise her
she's
price.
really good, and she's not taking any new clients.
Yeah.
Even still, so
That's the dream. for
I
her.
think everybody's trying to get a haircut because it's like
Yeah.
everybody's coming out of hibernation. You said, like,
Yeah.
so.
They're not going to be wearing their beanies anymore.
Yeah, that's the thing. So,
Yeah.
but there's that. Last episode we talked about March inventory madness. I have a confession to make. I
What's
shouldn't
that?
have been buying, but last week was crazy buying. I went back to the roots. If you guys have been following the Hustle Bee on Instagram, me and JC went back to the roots as far as retail arb, hitting as many stores as we could, and like it felt different, but it felt really good. It kind of made me appreciate what got us to this level, and especially because they're refined. So it was very
That helps.
right. There's stuff that we found, and I felt like me and her was just like, wow, this is just more steps for the day. So that's
Right.
kind of like
It was worth it. Worth all the
Yeah.
extra steps.
but at the end of the day, we really didn't accomplish to do more inventory checks because we were buying, and then we don't do anything else until we get stuff listed.
Yeah.
So now we're like on a listing mode. Um, so I guess it's just still inventory madness, but not inventory checking, more like inventory listing.
Well, yeah, and I mean, kind of same. Like I already had stuff when we recorded our last episode. I had a pile of stuff. I'm like, I gotta get this listed first. I want to, same thing. Like I want to process all the new stuff before I go back and check the old stuff. But you know what? Maybe this is a good sign for us that the inventory check that we want to do is not going to take as much time as we think. Because maybe even if we start halfway through March on that, we'll still get it done by the end.
Or we just spun it to the next one.
Or it's the April inventory madness. Well, right. But I love this. I love that we're kind of in different ways, but on the same page about this, because you do have to seize the opportunities when they come. And I have done the same exact thing in terms of I still have stuff that I need to get listed before I do my big inventory check. But also, I thought that was basically the only thing in between, right? The only barrier to starting the inventory checks. And then I had some opportunities come along and I said, you know what? I'm going to have to add another layer of barriers because I am not saying no to this opportunity.
Right.
And I think that's kind of what you have to do. Like, I'm a huge fan, as you know, more than most people, of having a plan. But also, the part of the reason I'm a huge fan of it is because it's easier to adjust when it doesn't feel chaotic. It's like the plan can be adjustable, but I still want to have a plan so that I have something to adjust, right? And I can kind of redirect my my resource management, right? To align with my goals still, and I don't just find myself off track because it was just chaotic to begin with. So I think there's definitely something to be said for just saying yes to the opportunities as they come along. So your opportunities were in maybe other stores that you don't normally hadn't been sourcing like you did in the old days. So that's kind of what you did. And now you're staying true to your process and getting that stuff listed before you do anything else. It's just a matter of like priorities, right?
Yeah.
Priority hierarchy.
And then it's just, I guess because it's just been selling so good, right? Part of me is like, man, like our stuff are selling down.
Yeah.
I cannot not replenish, right? Yeah. Because obviously trying to play catch up on replenishment is a really tough, to put you in a tough spot. But also being really mindful that there is a shift in season.
Right.
So, in the sports world, spring training is up and coming. So a lot more sports specific footwear are going to start to move. You have track cleats, you have baseball cleats, you have football cleats. Once the weather's nice, I mean, if, you look at all the fields right by you, the track and field, the high school track, everybody's going to be there. Everybody's going to be training. I've been seeing way more people jogging, So for me, that's an opportunity for me to make sure like that my inventory is up and running. I need to, either if I have to reprice certain stuff. I've been selling a lot of baseball cleats and track cleats lately. So those are two specific items that we either want to replenish more or make sure that, our listings are in tip-top shape on those category. And at the same time, because they're season changing, winter gears are getting put on sale.
Oh, yes.
So
and some of those tend to have higher ASP because they're more like
super
heavy
high ASP, 100%. That's as a matter of fact, talking about inventory madness. I kind of went and dabbled in, checking in what's happening in the Whatnot world.
Oh,
in the app. Obviously we see Glenn there consistently still. We're still giving him a break. The dude's, slam with baby number 2 and just being super consistent on live streaming. So he'll be back soon. We're just giving him a long runway. He's building his business at the same time as well with eBay. So that's one of the things that, so just checking back and whatnot and, start to follow who's selling what. And I scored like 4 pairs of outerwear on Whatnot that I would have paid the same price at the store.
Nice.
So
Like on
they're gonna
clearance or whatever.
yes, because nobody's bidding on them. Nobody's
Yeah.
buying jackets right now. So I literally just bought them, and the seller was like, "Oh, Hustle Beach is gonna take all the jackets," and I'm like, "Yep,
You're
you
like, he
know it."
sure is. Do you know
Yeah.
anything about what he does?
So, and the funny thing is, I was like shopping at women's category. Like nobody really knows that I'm an eBay seller there.
That's
So
funny.
it was really fun. So yeah, like I guess like there's that switch of like kind of like you said, we take advantage of any opportunity, but recognizing the season where we're at. Yes, we have stuff that we can push out, but also we have stuff that we can buy. So
Sorry, guys. My cat is yelling.
well, I think the cat agrees.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, Ken, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I really don't know why he's down here right now in my office meowing at me. Sorry, everyone. Unless you love to hear cats meow, then you're welcome.
Hey, everybody, all my friends are cat people, so
I
we're
know.
good.
What is that? What is up with that?
Yeah.
This will have to be for another show, but I never thought I would be a cat person. I actually grew up with a lot of cats and I kind of hated it. And I also had a ton of other different kinds of pets, like every pet you could imagine, basically. So I think it's really funny that now I on the surface appear like a quintessential cat person.
Yeah.
Because I never would have expected that or thought that, but that's just how the cookie crumbled as an adult. That's the pets that made sense to have. So, and I do love them so much, the ones that I have now.
Well, speaking of madness,
Yeah.
yeah. You got yourself into a multi-platform madness now.
Oh my gosh.
Why
I
don't
have
you give
like
us an update on that?
Yes, I will. I have like at least 3 layers of madness going on right now. So the first one is that thanks to Liz of Colorado Reworn and also Vicky of LV Pink Peacock, right? Pink
They've
Peacock?
yep.
Yes,
They've
in Vegas.
influenced you.
They have
LV
influenced me. Sorry, Vicky, I just like blanked on your store name for a second. But thanks to them influencing me and all of our fun late night lobby hangs in Germany, I have finally gotten it together and started a new cross-listing experiment. So I am officially actually selling things on Poshmark. Everyone will be shocked to know.
So you don't hate Poshmark like you used
I
to
didn't say
anymore.
that. Oh yeah, I would agree with that. Not like I used to. I don't love it though. As a platform, I'm like, what are you doing like half the time? But I am actually selling things. I've sold 7 things so far in the month of March. I'm using Vendu to cross list. Also have quibbles about that, but it's working pretty well. I would say by virtue of things are actually selling.
There's that's way more. That's 700 times more percentage of the items that I sold on Poshmark this month.
Zeros?
0, right?
Oh, it's infinite times, yeah.
Because
you're banned.
I was suspended the second time.
Not banned. Yeah, that's a little more serious,
Yeah.
I guess.
I've served my sentence. 14 days.
You did the time for your crime.
Right.
What was even your crime?
Canceling orders that I don't have.
Oh,
Save
okay.
us fashionably legal
Oh,
penalty. So
yeah.
we were both serving the suspension.
Man.
And as soon as I got approved, it says like, you're back. You can have your closet back. I put it on vacation mode because
Like,
in that span of 14 days, they don't realize it. That span of 14 days, you turn your closet on, their store on. The chance of you selling something that you don't have that you sold over that 14 days.
Because you couldn't have managed it during that time.
You can't
You're
manage it. They literally pull all your listing,
Which
and they're
is
like,
so
here's
dumb.
all your listing back. I mean, I wish I could see it in the back end.
Yeah.
But not be available for customers. That's
Right.
what I feel like they should be doing. So I don't know what to do. Like, I feel like I'm afraid to turn it on. What am I gonna do? Like, just delete all my listings and then now get in trouble for deleting so many
Right, because you
listings.
also can't do that. Yeah, right. No, I know it's dodgy.
What's your process on that one? If you sell something on eBay,
Well, so far I'm just watching it like a hawk, and that hasn't happened. So first of all, well, it did happen one time. The first thing I sold was out of stock
Okay.
because I didn't understand how to update quantities in Vendu. I thought I did and I was doing it wrong. And so I had oversold something on Poshmark. So I canceled the
Ooh.
first thing I sold because I didn't have it, but it was just one thing, so it was
They didn't
fine.
email you?
No, I didn't get anything about it.
Oh, wow.
At least not yet. But
They probably know, like, oh, she's a quitter.
but also, yeah, like I'm already hanging by a thread on Poshmark anyway because I kind of hate it, low key. I want to love it, but I have no reason yet.
Yeah.
So I'm willing to have reasons approach me,
Yeah.
but we'll see. But anyway, also though, I've only listed 500-ish items on
That's a
Poshmark.
lot, though.
It's a lot, but it's, I have 4,000 on eBay. So
Yeah.
it's enough. I can kind of keep track of it. Okay.
Right.
But yeah, I have been watching it like a hawk and trying to update everything like manually. I've also, because have Vendu and I'm like trying to get the most out of trying it out. I have cross-listed a handful of things to Depop, which I actually did sell some stuff on Depop before.
Yeah.
But I hadn't in a really long time. So I was like, okay, I'm cross-listing some stuff to Depop. I'm cross-listing some of my vintage stuff to Etsy. And I threw a few things on Mercari just for the heck of it. Depop and Mercari were the two where I actually did sell a couple of things the last time I tried this experiment. This time I really am being more focused about which inventory goes where.
Okay.
And so Poshmark's been the most successful so far, but it also has the most listings on it.
Are
of
they
any
more
of those.
used or brand new on Posh?
New.
Mostly new. Okay.
Mostly new, a few used things. And it's used and new have both sold already.
Okay.
But that is kind of madness, learning a cross list I hadn't used before, learning the ins and outs of the platform. There's still like so many things about Poshmark I don't understand.
Right.
But I'm just trying to get some experience under my belt and learn as I go. So hopefully I won't get suspended. But honestly, you guys, I was like, I am not about to start listing on Poshmark when everybody's getting suspended left, right, and center, and the policy enforcement makes no sense. Like, I'm mad already on everyone else's behalf about
while
that.
Vicky and Liz trying to convince Anna to list on Poshmark, it was literally the same time me and Yinka were serving our sentence.
That's right. And it was like, okay, so this is my future with Poshmark. Like, I sure hope not. But it is interesting. I'm optimistic, but also not fully convinced about any of it at this point. I mean, $350 across 7 items is nothing to sneeze at. On Poshmark, like that's really, I'm happy with that for like my first month of sales, or at least for like this experiment. But I don't know if I love Vendu enough to keep it. I don't know if I love any of the other platforms enough to keep them, but we'll see. I'm willing to give it like a good try and see. Like, my goal is probably to do like 1 quarter of sales and just see, like, after a quarter, if I net X number of dollars more on top of my eBay sales, then maybe it'll be worth it. Because it is a lot of extra learning curve and it is some extra administration, which I don't love. But if it's worth it, it's worth it. So I'm willing to find out if it's worth it. But yeah, that is one layer of madness. And it does require a lot more on paper inventory management because you have to keep on track of those multi-quantity items.
Yeah, and there's
them,
there's really, again, I mean, I've tried Vendu, you've tried Vendu, you're trying it now. There's really no automation for it yet, I mean, everybody claims they have auto delisting, auto what, but they won't
automatically change the quantity.
Right.
And that's what the problem is. It's like if it's a one-off, it'll delist it, but if it's not a one-off,
sometimes.
Yeah, right. It's like when it does.
But like, how can I put my business on the line?
Right.
And get suspended and just trust you, right?
Well, I know. And like, honestly, I've heard a lot of good things about Nifty, and I would be inclined to also try that one at some point. But also, like, again, I didn't know how very one-by-one manual nitpicky details in the listings it was going to be to cross-list stuff from eBay.
Everything is.
It's so annoying. I'm like, this is not one click. This is every single item, every single platform. Like,
it seems like it's like selling your item similar. It's like sell similar your item,
exactly.
right? Like, cause
that should be the expectation.
Right. It's selling similar off of your listing.
But it's
If you look at
still,
that way, that's
it
the same.
is still way faster than individually
Oh
manually
yeah, yeah.
listing on platforms. However, I do think that the fact that the fact that AI or whatever is not good enough yet to actually customize your
Right.
listing based on what the platform's asking for in terms of like item specifics or whatever. Like, for example, I'm using Vendu, right? On Poshmark, you have to put the original price of the item. That's a
Right.
field that is required. That's not a
Right.
field on eBay. So for
Right.
every single listing, I at least have to put in that something in that
Or at
field.
least can give us a rule that we could just be double my price. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like there
It
has
should
to
be
be some
there should be something automatable about that.
right, or say like make
Yeah.
everything make everything retail 100 and then let
Yes.
me edit it if I want to. You know, like
Right.
at
Like
least
default
put
to
something.
something.
Ah,
Right, exactly. Like that could help, but also even if it still is faster than manually listing, but you're still having to do basically a sell similar kind of process,
mhm.
even if that were still the case, it saves you a lot of time. That's great. But I definitely want it to do all of the automated crap that the platforms require, like sharing and like that's so foreign to me. Like you don't have
Tr-
to constantly share stuff on
yeah.
eBay, but
No.
like it really does help your Poshmark listings,
Um
right?
yeah, I would to anybody's listening out there, if you could, if somebody just develops eBay to Poshmark because they're the two biggest platform as far
That's
as
true.
fashion would concern, don't do like I'll cross this to 50 other platforms. Like
Yeah.
give me a
Just
give
do the
me a
ones where all the
special
people are.
operator. Give me a specialist that just does two platform, and I kid you not, I would pay double. I would
Yeah.
pay double than any other cross listing
If
platform.
it could actually do it for me.
Right, exactly.
So,
Just those two. Just
yeah.
those two. Obviously there are other API integration, but that would make us have to have a website, and from our website it does Poshmark, right?
Hmm.
Maybe website's the answer. I mean, somebody that's listening out there, maybe you're an IT
Yeah.
genius
If you're
or
screaming at us right now,
yeah, yeah,
scream at us in like an email or something or a
yeah,
DM and
yeah,
let us
like
know.
DM us or something like that. Or
But
if you want to create something and you need some marketing or some beta testers,
yeah,
um, holla at us.
that's
But
right.
that's a great opportunity again, especially during this time where when we see like, you know, it's not as crazy as Q4 might be. Um, you may not have that many opportunity to go out and buy products, but we all have like a couple of hours every day that we can just sit on a computer and cross list. And I think that's always a really good kind of like side hustle because that's how I consider my Poshmark. My Poshmark is my
Yeah,
side hustle
that's a good
to
point.
just yeah cross listing, um, and without having to buy new products, right?
Right.
So yeah, like you don't have to source specifically for Poshmark, and like what you're doing, you're just picking the product that you think
We'll
will
do
do
well on
well
that
in
market.
that market. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
and I mean that is part of the test. Like there could come a time where I put a lot of other stuff over there too,
right,
but it's not going to be like I'm not going to prioritize that activity over like listing new stuff
right, right,
or
right, right, right,
like
right.
it's way down the line of if I kind of run out of other things to do to move
Yeah.
the needle. But that is one layer of madness. I have another layer
Okay.
which is still inventory related because okay, so I've been renting a space for my stuff for like 6 months. I
Mhm.
refer to it as the shop, and it's like 1,000 square feet. It is awesome. It's a much taller space than like my basement here at my 1908 house.
Mhm.
Um, but it is really underutilized, which is fine. Like that was part of the goal was to have plenty of space to keep growing because I know I'm in a position to grow my inventory again. But part of that was okay, I have all the inventory set up there. I also throw all my extra shipping supplies out there. But what I haven't done is set up a photo booth and a shipping station out there. And I didn't do that right away for a couple of reasons.
Mhm.
One reason was I didn't know for sure if I would like love it having all my stuff off site. At this point, I don't have no space to bring it all back home with me.
Mhm.
But, do I want to do even more parts of my job away from my house? Because I really like working from home. And that was the main trade off, besides, having overhead to like moving stuff to an external space.
Okay.
So that was one thing. But now it's like, okay, yeah, it would be way more efficient for me when I've pulled stuff to ship to just stay for 1 more hour and just get it shipped. Like,
Yeah.
then schlepping it all in my car, back to my house, down to my basement, packing it up from the basement, whatever. I could still have it picked up from my front porch, but it would just have to go in my car to my front porch.
Right.
So it would actually save me a lot of time and effort.
Or you could just drop it off, Anna.
I could just drop it off. Well, I could. My post office, it's like a little historic square post office. Like, it's not that easy to like get in and out of, but I probably
I've dropped some stuff because you have to go up the stairs and go in, right?
it's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot of stairs. Or there in the back, there is a back entrance.
Okay.
It's just a really small area. I don't know. I don't know if that would work out long term, but I would probably try it if I actually end up shipping stuff from the shop. So anyway, this was in my goals of like after the first 6 months of renting the space, then I will move to phase 2, which is, build out these other areas so I can do the entire process there and or hire someone again at some point to help me or to be able to do whichever tasks need to be done all in one space. So great. My photo booth's already out there. I have 2 now. Like, I have one at my house and one there. My shipping station at home is still here, but I had this great opportunity and kind of a wild hair over the weekend because there was an estate liquidation auction, and I was looking at it for inventory because I source a lot that way in the in this region. And I was bidding on some stuff for inventory, but then I was looking at all the other stuff that I don't normally look at, which was like furniture and shelving and all this stuff. And I started to realize, as the auction is getting close to being over, I always like look at the whole catalog again just to see if there's
what's
anything dirt
underpriced.
cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just see what is that. And some of that stuff was dirt cheap. I got this custom desk that is basically a huge IKEA countertop with 2 custom pedestals.
Oh yeah, it's the Alex drawer on the side.
Okay, that's another thing. That's a different thing. But yeah, the pedestals are not from IKEA, just the countertop is. But it's like a giant desk, slab.
It's basically what they use is a countertop, a kitchen countertop that they convert for a desk.
Yeah,
right.
I don't know if it is that. I think it's deeper than that. But in any case, it was $2. And I was like, well, I'm buying that for my shipping station out at the shop, obviously. Right. Then I also got a custom countertop, drawer unit on casters that can hold all my tape and all my other stuff for that. And it rolls around, which is awesome because all my shelves and everything out there are on wheels already. And then there were these big, I want to say they were oh my gosh, math. Maybe 6 feet tall, wooden, wine rack style shelves. There were 4 of them, and I got them for $20 or something stupid. But those are going to be perfect because they're open on both sides, and they're going to be perfect to hold all these poster tubes because I have this insane amount of movie posters to list. And I was trying to figure out what's the best way to store these. I have 100 tubes already to start out with, but then what do I do with the tubes? How do I keep it organized? Right. Literally, this solution is awesome for that. And it was so cheap. So anyway, I did end up getting some high-end items to sell. And I ended up getting all of the rest of the infrastructure kind of furniture and stuff that I needed. And it was I probably paid $100 or $120 for all of the furniture stuff I got, and I'm so excited about it. But obviously that was half a day, right, to go pick up stuff from the auction. We dropped it off at the shop. It was just me and John. And so now this week I have to actually put all of it in place. And so again, that's another layer of something that was too good to pass up that I'm gonna do before I start doing my inventory checks, because it's almost there. It's almost to the finish line. And the price was totally right. And the items were perfect for what I need them for. So it was very cool. And I'm really excited about it. And I'll try to share a bunch about it on social media too as I get it set up. But I am excited to see now what it's about, what it's like to do all the parts of the process in that space. Because now when I go in, I'll be there for 30 minutes, maybe an hour max, just pulling stuff and then leave. I'm hardly ever there. So it'll be spending a lot more time there, which I think will be fun if I make it a space that I enjoy.
Right. So given the plans, now you have long-term plans of staying there, like just
Yeah.
assessment wise.
I
No, it
mean,
makes sense.
at least until a better situation comes along,
Right.
like this is
Because
really
you definitely
funny.
need space.
Yeah, but
Right.
like this is a hypothetical situation that I don't think is happening, but just as a funny example of what would even be better than that, like this is about the only thing I can imagine that would be better. Obviously, if I owned another commercial building or something that had a lot of space and it was like I already own this and I don't have to rent it, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
then I would probably move my stuff to that. But my neighbor across the alley from my house, their house is for sale and they have this they were like race car people. So they
Mm.
have this giant, amazing, oversized 2-car garage with an office on top. It's like a 2-story garage. And like if somehow, that like my sister like joked about, well, what if I bought that and like made it an Airbnb and then you could use the garage for your store? And all I had to do
Right.
was walk across my backyard. Like, heck yes, I would do that. That is like not probably going to happen. Like, it's a pipe dream kind of situation. But I do think it's worth mentioning just because you never know what's going to work out. And if you just keep your eyes and ears open all the time, sometimes there
Mhm.
are like crazy perfect opportunities like that. So I don't know. That's about the only thing that would take me away from this space, I think, because
Right.
the
The
amount of space is
square,
awesome. My
yeah, the
landlord's
square
great. I love
footage
her.
that you're getting for the amount you're paying is
Yes, it's
unbeatable.
great.
Anyway, yeah, yeah.
And it's really close to my house still. Like I cannot complain about it at all.
Right.
And it's a basement still without stairs. Like it's
Yeah,
magic.
it's a walkout. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So
true.
that's great. But I'm always willing to, again, to adjust the plan if it makes sense and if it's going to be worth it, then I'll do it. So I'm never ruling anything out, but it has to be like pretty obviously a big upgrade at this
Mm-hmm.
point for me to move
Right.
everything and
Right.
whatever. So yeah, that's my other layer of craziness. So we'll see. Today is going to be the first day where I have a lot of eBay stuff and multiple Poshmark things to ship. And, maybe by the end of the day, I'll also have a Depop or something to ship. We'll see. I do
Right.
like
Right.
that there's no selling fees on Depop, but I also was getting absolutely no traffic, so I boosted my stuff. I don't know if you could do that,
Where?
but
Yeah, yeah. Cause
it's
like,
a flat fee of
didn't they
8%.
just do it recently?
I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
I
It's a
hadn't been
recent
keeping track
update.
of them at all, so I
They said a lot of people said like it didn't take time for eBay to influence
oh,
that
maybe it was
platform.
that recent.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Well, it's a flat 8% only when it sells.
Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's kind of cool.
Yeah. That's kind of like you're selling. I mean, like like you would do
Oh,
that
that's
anyway.
cheap for a category.
Yeah.
Like, final value fee. Like,
Yeah, that's
oh,
what a lot of
hello.
clothing seller definitely sell on Depop. I
Yeah.
remember selling some stuff on Depop way back.
Yeah.
But I think that could be a really great opportunity. I mean, it could be a challenge. I don't know. Like I'm thinking, like that would be something that we'd like to dabble in. Probably summertime.
Yeah.
But I'm really trying to look ahead. Like, how can we hire somebody to just maintain that?
Mm-hmm.
It's just a lot more work, right? Like from
Yeah.
front loading and trying to buy inventory. Like, am I really right? Because that's just gonna make my sell through faster.
Yeah.
So that's just gonna be a problem for the buyer, and that's me problem.
Yeah,
Like
like I love seeing my gross sales up, more than 10% because I
yeah,
have another platform. Like that's a great start for the month,
right.
but at the same time I'm like I do feel a little frantic about it cuz I'm
Because you're
like,
gonna
"Oh my
be yeah
gosh."
right. Any gain there,
Yeah.
to maintain your store, any gain there you gotta replenish.
Right.
And that's just kind of like how I'm trying to think. I mean, I don't have plans on growing my store anytime soon,
Yeah.
but that's something that you have to consider, right? Like, selling is fun, but to keep your store maintained long term
Yeah.
is definitely another thing. So,
And
definitely,
I know a lot of my reseller friends too who have been like multi-platform, more than two for a long time are also just this is a time in their business where they're like, I just don't need all of this. I'm going to streamline and just do the two that are worth it,
right?
and largely that's been like eBay and
Yeah.
Poshmark or eBay
Mm-hmm.
and Etsy.
Yeah.
And so I hear that too. And I'm like, you know, only because it is so easy to just throw a couple of things here and throw a couple of things there
Right.
because I have Vendu. Like, I honestly don't see myself going forward with Mercari at all. I just
Yeah.
threw some stuff out there to like to have because I wanted a small sample size of my items
Right.
to be
Right.
on like 5 marketplaces and just see like what happens, right? So I did that, but I'm probably not going to stick with it unless it convinces me otherwise. And same thing for Depop. I'm like, I might sell a thing here or there.
Yeah.
At the end of 3 months, I can tell you right now, if it's 1 or 2 things a month, it's not going to be worth it.
Right. It's
Just
definitely
the
the
complexity is not
I
worth
think the
it.
top three. You're thinking eBay,
Yeah.
Poshmark, and Depop are definitely
Well, and Etsy for vintage. I have high hopes for that too.
True. That's like I think you gotta you know I'm thinking like get the cream of the crop of your
Yes,
store, right?
exactly. And I do kind of want to be on Depop and see what happens now that eBay owns it.
Right.
And
Yeah,
be
yeah.
there for
And
the changes.
yeah, and again, like what kind of ASP is gonna be your target to cross list?
Yeah,
Like
right.
I think one of the problem with what we're trying with what we did with Poshmark is we cross listed a lot of clothing, and obviously those are lower ASP items. Those are the easier to sell,
Yeah,
and that's when they start moving, it's just a mayhem.
yeah,
And you have to be on top of it at the same time because it could be one or two of the same people buying the same things on
yep,
both platforms, or just trying to like send you offer here and send you offer there, and like wait, what's going on?
yeah,
And then I've had it like, oh, will you price match this on Poshmark? Like, yo, that's my store.
yeah.
Like,
Right. Like, just go
so
buy it from me there.
yeah, it don't matter where you buy it. But at that point, I'm just like already like more panicking. Like, well, wait, somebody's interested in this, or what if they're two different people?
Yeah,
So there's that, and also for sneaker sellers, add StockX and GOAT to it. It's just
yeah,
it's just gonna be I don't know. I don't know how a lot of people do it. I think that admin side really is not that fun for me.
yeah.
But again, you gotta pick your battles.
Well, I have one more layer
Do
of
it.
madness. This episode's gonna be on layers of madness. Seriously though. So another thing I haven't done in a long time, in fact, I intentionally bought out of it, like when I moved to Illinois, is consignment.
Mm.
And I was pretty hell bent against it.
Mm-hmm.
But I like to refer to them as the fairy godmothers of consignment chats, ladies. Hi, ladies, we love you. I chatted with them on their live show not too long ago, and I kind of was, it was getting my gears turning a little bit because there's already been every place is different, right? And
Okay, yeah.
there were some like good potential consignment opportunities here that were different than kind of like just what was around me in Georgia. And so I thought, okay, well, there could be a world in which I do consignment again. I didn't entirely hate it when I did it before. I just didn't set up the terms as well as I would want to now, like what I'm willing to put up with or the length of time I'm willing to be under contract with someone, like that's different now, right? So I was thinking when I was talking to them, if I ever do this again, I'm going to make the terms different, and I'm going to be really picky about it.
Right.
And so I have had this opportunity like basically this week where a friend of mine was helping like clean out someone's house, and they pulled out all this cool vintage stuff that they're like, oh, this is so cool. I know this is worth something, but I don't have time to sell it, and I don't need the money. I just want to make sure like something happens with it. And it was kind of an ideal situation. So I grilled him a lot about it and made sure that it was a situation I was willing to put up with as far as like a consignment arrangement. But we decided on our split. We decided on a time frame of 1 year. After a year, I can do whatever I see fit with the items, whether that's clearancing them way down or donating them or throwing them away, like whatever I want to do.
Oh wow! So you own it after a year.
Yep. And we
Okay.
are agreeing. I mean, he didn't pay anything for any of it. And
Right.
and he, again, like, he's really chill about it, about the whole situation, which is good. But we still came up with terms, even though this is my friend and I trust him. It's like, I'm still going to be like, but here are the actual rules.
Yeah,
so that we are both
business.
clear
It's a
about
business
it.
transaction.
Exactly.
And I'm sure there's, like there's an easy template that you guys could,
Yes.
make make AI create terms. You
Yeah.
guys both sign it just so you guys
Just
have it.
cuz.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, it's the best practice. And
Right.
also, yet again, this layer of chaos is I mean madness is another experiment. And if it goes well, I want to be able to replicate this.
Yeah, you can extend it to other people. Yeah.
Right. So, we'll see. But yeah, those are so yeah, we have a split, we have a time frame, we have a what happens at the time frame. And we have like a payout schedule. So once a
Yeah.
quarter, I'll pay him out, his split of the net profit. And so that's minus the platform fees and minus the shipping.
Right.
And, I think it's going to be a good experiment. It's about a carload of stuff. So it's not like a small amount, but it's not overwhelming.
Yeah, it's not too giant that
Right.
you cannot
But
undertake.
our 1 year is not going to start until
It's
it's
listed.
all listed.
Yeah.
So now as I add that to the front of the list it before I do my inventory check pile. I have to get all that stuff listed first. But I think I can. And I think as usual, like it's a great quote unquote problem to have when there's just a lot happening in your business. And, taking photos and getting those drafts up is going to be the bottleneck. So that's what I'm trying to maybe hire some help for this month, maybe on just an hourly basis or whatever. But I'm trusting that it's going to work out, and I'll try to stay focused and keep my priority hierarchy in order and just knock it out, right? Like just work through it.
True. I mean, it's like you said, it's an experiment. Like I'm an old dog now. I'm looking at it like, golly, that's
no, Ken,
something
you're
that
young blood. Didn't we talk about that on our YouTube live the other day?
That's true,
with
but
Vicky?
but there's just right, like experiment, add complexity.
I know.
If it works, it's great. If it doesn't, you just go back to where you were at.
Yeah, that's right. And you just learn. Okay, no,
yeah,
I
you
don't want
just
to do that
learn
again.
what not to do the next time around. So,
Right.
And that's why we're sharing this, because it's recorded and Anna gets to report to us if it's something that's a good idea or not
Right.
after X amount of time.
Well, and the consignment stuff too. This is already like the third iteration or so of me doing consignment. And every time I have learned something important.
Yeah.
And even if you think, I mean, we talk about this all the time too. Even if you think, oh, I have this locked in, I'm just going to keep doing it the way I've always done it. That also doesn't always work, because you change, your priority changes, your situation changes.
Right.
And I think it's really valuable to just have an experimental mindset about everything. Even when you are doing the same thing you've been doing, sometimes you have to at least have your brain turned on so that you're collecting data as you go.
Yeah,
and gauging if it's still working the way you thought it would.
You have more space now. And I think that's one of the things that unlocked a lot of this possibility for you, right?
Yeah.
Like, then you can think more of that, right? Like,
for sure.
Like, part of me is like, okay, like, I'm always thinking like, I always have my 2-car garage if I need to grow more.
Right.
So that's kind of like my backup plan if I intake a lot more inventory.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's one of the biggest things, right? Like, utilizing the space that you have, and either trying to plan a move to grow. I think that's always going to be in the pipeline. And as far as, like you said, like, it's just going to be a lot of the consignment, like there's a lot of pros to it. I mean, I do it. I have consignment in my stuff, but I only do it for people, like, again, low pressure.
Yeah.
Not, it's basically like stuff that they just have sitting around.
Right. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. It's like, you have to trust me to do the research and pricing.
Right.
Like, you don't get to tell me what to sell
Yeah,
this
yeah,
for.
yeah, yeah.
Basically,
At that point,
the market's gonna
yeah.
get to tell me, and I'm the
it's
expert.
the market, and
between the two of us, I'm the expert. Like,
market changes too, right?
Yeah,
like,
right.
What you thought was a $200 shoe now it's not a $200 shoe.
Right.
And I think that's one of the biggest things that I've seen friction with consignment is, like,
oh yeah,
expectation, right? But with regards to that kind of inventory, like, I would probably clear out the garage, kind of like a garage clean out, and I'll sell whatever I could sell and then donate what I couldn't, right? I think that is something that we all could do and test out on our own inventory or our own closet.
Yeah.
So that could be a really good pro. And again, like, I think the easiest part of hiring new people is just taking photos and listing or drafting. I
Yeah.
think that's it's a lot less complex than trusting somebody to ship, right?
Right. Or
Shipping
even
is like,
like research,
yeah,
I was
yeah,
thinking about that today. Like, would there be anything else? I think that's always my go-to is photos, just
yeah,
because that needs the least amount of like oversight and double checking
yeah,
from me. Like
yeah.
I don't know. It just
You
and it
you
seems
just
like
have
it's
to be
the
good
most
at
effective
be decent
thing.
at photos and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like
In this
that's
day and
something.
age, a lot of people are.
Yeah, yeah, a
We're
lot.
always taking photos of everything all the time.
Yeah, so that's definitely something that we'll keep track of. Give us some reports every now
Yeah.
and then to see how that's going. But man, sounds like you have a lasagna of madness
It
for
is
this
oh,
year.
that's the title. Right. Lasagna of Madness.
Let's see,
Thank you,
layers on
Ken. That
layers.
that was great. So
Um,
many layers.
that is your 2026. At least the first half, because it's gonna
I
take you until the half
know.
of the year to get that
I
sorted out.
know. I am hoping that like it's running smoothly by like June, honestly.
Right.
Because I have other obligations and other stuff in my life too. Like at times like this when everything's happening and it's so exciting, I wish I could just do 40 hours a week and buckle down, and it's like not possible. Like
Yeah.
if unless I just don't sleep, I don't have 40 full hours a week to do
Yeah,
my
so
store
I think
most of the
for a
time.
lot of people, like, you have until August basically to get everything right,
Yeah.
because Q4 is coming, right? Like,
Right. Yeah.
there's a 3 month span,
Yeah.
historical, that just kind of like slow down, and
I will
arch
say
down,
though,
and you could get busy on that.
on the like vintage and even like higher end accessories, or I don't know, all kinds of stuff, the miscellaneous sourcing front, like the auctions around here have been popping. And it's so like I can't look at it all the time because I don't have the capacity to get everything that I'd want to
Right.
get. But that's why I do at some point have like a hard stop where like, okay, no, now I need to get all this processed and I'm not
Right.
allowed to browse auctions until it's all done because
Or
it's
you just gotta
endless.
browse the really, really the gold stuff, basically.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But like it's all about finding the diamond in the rough too, because a lot of people are bidding on the obviously valuable stuff,
Yeah.
usually, right?
Right. Right. Right.
So I don't know. It depends on a lot of things, but that's something that I think is so fun. And I'm always seeing new stuff that I will also recognize in other settings.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a fun. I really enjoy that way of sourcing, but yeah, now I've really got to roll up my sleeves and possibly have some hourly help and get this all knocked out.
Well, alrighty. I think that's a pretty good update on a lot of things that's happening.
So many things
Um,
happening.
so
So
if
much
you
madness.
feel, yeah, if you feel overwhelmed right now, don't worry. Anna's right there with you. I'm
Yes,
there
but
as
I
well,
do wish
slowly.
inventory madness on everyone if it's this kind, because this is the good kind.
Yeah, yeah, the good kind of madness. And again, as long as you're managing it to a point that it's not really financially hurting you,
Yeah.
right? I mean, at at a point or a season when you're building your business, usually money gets really tight when you're buying more inventory.
Yep.
But if you become creative at trying to acquire this inventory, whether it's consignment or auction or finding really dirt cheap stuff that doesn't really pinch you on that monetarily,
Yeah.
you could always work overtime. That's why I tell people, you can have a breaking point on spending money, but I'm crazy enough to think and believe that you can outwork somebody in hours and just sleep less for a certain amount of period of time, and you come out ahead. So
Yeah.
that's where the elbow grease, the hustle comes in, the whatever you gotta do, whatever it takes mentality. If that's where you're
Yeah.
at right now, there's an opportunity to do it right now.
Yeah. And spring is springing. Like things are happening.
Yeah, yeah.
Everyone's rubbing the sleep out of their eyes and getting rid of stuff and getting down to business. And yeah, I feel like it's no exception. It does feel good to be out of hibernation mode ourselves too.
Mm-hmm.
But
Exactly.
we will have another food version of madness for you next week. I wonder what it will
Exactly.
be.
So
We
again,
can't do
make sure
lasagna
you
again.
follow us on Instagram at Seller Club Podcast, and also follow our sponsor Seller Ledger. Make sure you try them out. Organize your books, easier.
Yes. If you still haven't pulled your tax stuff together, it's not too late to make it the easiest it's literally ever been by trying out Seller Ledger. So I had the best time ever pulling my taxes together this year. It was a dream within a dream. So definitely check them
Alrighty.
out. Try it for free.
We'll see you. Peace.
Bye.
Spring in the air. Let's wrap this one up. Sun stay high, days get long. Feel like the whole world moving along. Windows open, fresh air flow. Time to get back in that reseller mode. Berlin talk still in the mind, but the racks in the bin say grind. Opportunities knocking loud, inventory madness all around. Plans get messy, layers stack. Lasagna madness, that's so fact. But every step, every move, pushing the business into a groove. Springtime hustle, feel that beat. Opportunities in every street. List it up, price it right. Turn that chaos into flight. Sell a club, that's the vibe. Build it steady, side by side. New ideas, test and see. That's the reseller energy. New platforms, new plans too. Consignment stacks and something new. Auctions hot, pour back, refill. Find the deal and chase the thrill. Not every test gonna stay. Some fall off, and that's okay. Everywhere builds a skill. That's a long game reseller Yo! Springtime hustle, that's the sound. Madness turning money around. From the bins to the booth, hard work always finds the truth. Sailor Club, keep it strong. We've been building all along. Fresh season, fresh momentum. See you next week. Let's go get 'em. Whoa. All right. Stay hustling. See you next week. Sweet. Settle next week. Springtime hustle. Seller Club.